traction. We all need it, but it can be pretty elusive, especially when the terrain gets gnarly. Weighting your suspension is a great way to get traction. Think of the weight driving your nobbies into the ground. We do this when we're about to ride up or over an obstacle that is super slippery. You're going to want to weight your suspension and give it a burst of throttle before the obstacle where you can still find some traction. Have you ever been at a standstill and when you try to get going, your rear wheel just spins? Well, weighting your suspension can help out a lot in a situation like this. Push down on your foot peg with one foot right as you let out your clutch and give it some throttle. Your clutch is probably the most important tool you have for finding traction and reducing wheel spin. It's going to take lots and lots of time on the bike to learn and understand this, but it's worth focusing on and putting time into. I'm not going to get into great detail in this video because this could be an entire video on its own. I will say though that you need to realize that your clutch lever should rarely be all the way in or all the way out. Familiarize yourself with where the engagement point is and practice feathering the clutch on that point. It's when you let your clutch all the way out in a slippery situation that you will break traction and spin. You can see here that when I don't let my clutch all the way out, my bike rolls forwards easily on these rocks without breaking traction. But when I let it all the way out and I'm not careful, I break traction almost immediately. The trick is to learn to stay on that engagement point to control your wheel spin. Another important tip to maintain your traction is to keep your feet on the pegs. As soon as you're paddling with both feet, you're unweighting your suspension and losing traction. My rule of thumb if I need to dab a foot is to always at least keep my weight on one foot peg. You'll see in my videos that I always put in a good effort to do this, even if I'm getting buck wild and I'm all over the place on the bike. Woo! Alright, so that's a lot of information packed into a 5-minute video. My advice is to focus on one point at a time, and once that starts to become second nature, add on another one and focus on that. I hope this information helps you guys. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel, like, and leave a comment. It helps me out big time. I really appreciate it, guys.